EA Sports. It's in the game.
Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Tyrod Taylor and the LA Chargers.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The veteran Tyrod Taylor gets set to lead this Chargers offense as they take the field.
Many in the outside world see Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback since the Chargers moved on from Phillip Rivers and drafted Justin Herbert. But head coach Anthony Lynn, he sees much more than that. They were together as play caller and quarterback in Buffalo when they went to the playoffs. And Coach Lynn believes that Tyrod Taylor can replicate that in Los Angeles.
Number 30.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And right away, he lost the football.
Alex Okafor. Tyrod Taylor's sack.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The Chiefs take over first and
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Tyreek Hill certainly makes a front office look good when they spend a 5th-round pick on a guy. Then in his first 4 seasons, 4 Pro Bowl nominations. Anytime he touches the football, he's a threat to take it the distance. Hard to get on the ground one-on-one in the open field. If you miss, in the blink of an eye, he's putting 6 on the board.
brings up
2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, the Pro Bowler, in there to get him to the ground.
8-yard loss.
Not only is Joey Bosa a real load off of the edge, but his technical expertise really knocks offensive tackles off balance. 11.5 sacks last season. His goal each and every year, not just to lead his team, not just to lead the league, but to beat out his own brother Nick Bosa, who had 9 sacks with the San Francisco 49ers in 2019.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
A very early momentum changer there, actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down, felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know it's a little bit of a cliche to talk about all the tight ends who are really wide receivers in the NFL, but Travis Kelce fits that perfectly. He led all tight ends last season with over 1,200 yards receiving, 4th in the NFL. I think he's one of the gold standards in the league for the tight end position, and I don't know if anyone has any more fun playing the game than Travis Kelce.
Almost able to. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, 29 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead.
All-pro tight end Travis Kelce had 97 catches last year in the regular season on his way to a Super Bowl title with Kansas City. And while he's a weapon anywhere on the field, as you get closer to the end zone, you really have to look out. Witness what he did in the playoffs. 3 touchdown catches against Houston in the divisional round, and a big one in the Super Bowl against San Francisco, which keyed Kansas City's comeback.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without it, to typically end up in the end zone.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. That's into the hands of Eckler. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Brings up.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Chargers 0.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs, 83 yards.
1st and goal.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
This is caught. Not much there, only a yard.
To Travis Kelce.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. But now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
It's not perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Chargers, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. No return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Taylor a handoff. It's Eller. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Allen's first catch, good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. That catch good for only a couple. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. That throw into the arms of Allen. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Taylor will throw again. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
16 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw again is Taylor. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Taylor's pass.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an over by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
First and 10.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
On second and 10, Mahomes. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. So we come on halftime with our score 14-0 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt, partner, and let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick, and when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. Let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my...
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Derwin James on the coverage.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Travis Kelsey, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First down.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Joey Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Sammy Watkins is a former first-round pick in the NFL, and he sure reminded us during Kansas City's run to the playoffs last season. 10 catches in the AFC Championship game and a 98-yard receiving game in Super Bowl 54. He did talk about possibly stepping away and getting some time in the offseason, but Kansas City very happy to have him back in their lineup and in their fold. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Chiefs 17, Chargers nothing.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When Hunter Henry entered the league, people were really looking for him to establish himself as one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Ability to run and catch and make plays in open space. But the biggest obstacle he's had is just staying on the field. Ended up missing all of 2018 due to injury. When he's right, he is one of the better tight ends and better targets in the AFC West. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
Lining up for the extra point.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
For the Chiefs.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's King. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here. They take over.
38-yard line.
Taylor and the Chargers come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. We're back now in KC. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Sliding out of the pocket. He gets Taylor hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Taylor on the keeper. Fumble on the play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On the move to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
3-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Anthony Hitchens.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Taylor going to put this in the hands of Eckler. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
And 8 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down. And
here's Taylor. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 22-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, to kick it deep. To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin him back there.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, it's King. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And that will come the offense as they take over. So now Tyrod Taylor and the Chargers trailing 17-10, a minute 24 to go. This is swung out to Eckler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Steps away to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
It's a gain of 7.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the draw, here's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Tonight's
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.